The Watauga County Spotlight on Education show is brought to you by the orthodontal and pediatric offices of Drs. Mayhew, Scheffler, Kahn, and Hardaway.
Greetings and welcome to another edition of Spotlight on Education for Watauga County Schools. I'm David Fonseca, Interim Superintendent. With us today, we have a great group of people that are working very hard to expand knowledge and academic gain in the area of mathematics. So standing to my left, or sitting to my left, is Dr. Eric Marlin from Appalachian State University. Welcome.
Thank you.
And Dr. Steven Martin, who is part of our team at Watauga, in Watauga County Schools. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we have two students with us as well. So I'm going to let you, Dr. Martin, introduce our students.
First on your right is Bryant Howe. He's at Hardin Park School. He's a 7th grader. And William Nelson is a 8th grader at Valley Cruces.
Welcome. We're excited that you're here.
Thank you.
We're excited too. So we're going to talk today about math. So talk to us about mathematics. What are we doing?
I could talk about mathematics all day.
I know you can, but we have a limited amount of time.
I know. The reason they're here is that they were participants in a math competition in Hickory, and they did extremely well, and they got to go on to a state level competition after that was held at the North Carolina School of Science and Math. And apparently they did very well there too. So we're very proud of how well they did. And we wanted to brag about them mostly.
Okay. Dr. Martin, who is our Director of Human Resources, has a math background. Talk to us about that, Dr. Martin, and your interest in participating with our students.
Sure. Yes. My undergraduate work was in mathematics, and when I graduated from Wake Forest University, I went on to teach high school and middle school math. Coming to Watauga County and working in human resources, we were in a leadership meeting one day when we were talking about math counts and the things that were coming up, and I jumped on that and said, well, I'd like to help. So I think Meredith Jones and Tamara Stamey, our curriculum directors, put me in touch with Dr. Marland, and before long we were talking and chatting, and so I was able to offer some assistance in the training sessions that we had, and then I was the bus driver for the team on the competition and things like that. So I just want to commend these students, as well as we had 15 students, I believe, from across the district that competed in the Math Counts competition, and they did a fantastic job. These were great kids to work with, and I was very impressed with their diligence and hard work and all the math skills that they can do at their age. Most of those skills are some high school skills, so they're really advancing their math knowledge quickly in middle school.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Martin. Dr. Martin, talk to us a little bit about what you do at Appalachian.
I'm a math professor at Appalachian, and as a part of that I teach classes at a variety of ranges in mathematics, but we also do research and outreach activities, service to the community as much as we can. And one of the things that I've gotten into, partly through my children who have kind of starting to move past this, is helping kids get access and training for extracurricular academic opportunities such as mathematics, and we also have been doing some robotics.
Excellent, and I'm excited about robotics as well. Hopefully we can have a segment on robotics pretty soon. How did you hear about Math Counts?
That's an interesting question. I actually participated in Math Counts myself in 1985. And it was the second year that it ran, and I had a wonderful time. And as soon as I had kids that were close to that age, I went, oh, we have to do Math Counts. This is such a great opportunity, and a great opportunity for them to realize that they can be in an entire room full of kids who like doing math and compete in it. It's kind of fun.
Dr. Marlin competed in 1985. That's way before your time. Yeah, that's before my time. I don't think I was born yet.
Wow.
Wow.
You must be pretty young.
That's right. This is stress. This is the stress look. So tell us about the experience of Math Counts. What does that feel like? Have you done it before, and what does it feel like?
Well, really, this was my first year doing it, and the regional, I thought it was pretty easy, kind of nonchalant about the whole thing, and I was pretty surprised about advancing. But when we went to state, it was a lot harder, and there was a lot of stuff I didn't understand, just like stuff that we hadn't covered yet.
What about you?
This is the second year that done math counts, but the first time I ever went to state, and I met a lot of smart people going to state, and opened my eyes to the smart people in North Carolina and the U.S.
All right. So we have a lot of families who watch, the show and students that watch the show. What would you tell students that are in third grade, for example? What would you tell them that like math and want to do math?
Well, I'd really say just try, because I had some friends who didn't even compete, and I think if they had competed, they probably would have progressed to the state level because they're at the same level of intelligence or higher as myself. And just try new experiences that you've never went through before.
All right. Any message for our maybe third graders or fourth graders or kindergartners that may be out there that like math?
Well, preparing is one of the most important things. So if you do enter one of these competitions, then the more you prepare and the harder you prepare, the better you will do. Okay.
Tell us what was the hardest problem that you had to solve. What was that like? What were they asking you? And please know that you're probably going to talk, a different language to me. So I don't know.
It's hard to remember which one was the hardest.
It was so complicated. It was you put it behind you now. What kind of questions do they ask, or what kind of problems do they ask, Dr. Marlin?
The questions tend to be out-of-the-box thinking, but it tends to be from Math 1, 2, and 3, or traditionally Algebra, Geometry, and Algebra 2. Okay. But they tend to be a bit harder, require a bit more manipulation, a bit of creativity. But the actual skills are accessible to people in those areas.
Okay. We have a couple of minutes before we finish our segment, and we've asked our students what they would tell future students to compete. How can students get involved, Dr. Marlon or Dr. Martin?
I think that if they ask to participate with their teachers, then we're going to continue to offer some training sessions next year for the whole county. Anybody who wants to participate is welcome to come. And even if they don't want to participate in the competition, they can come and just do math with us. For the third graders, we have a 4th through 6th grade competition coming up April 10th. So if they would like to participate, they should ask their teachers. And by getting into that competition, both of these students participated in that previously, and I think it's a good way to get started and continue on and have fun.
For more information about this and any other academic program at Watauga County Schools, please contact the number and address on your screen. Watauga County Schools number is 828-264-7190. Dr. Eric Marlin, Professor of Mathematics, can be contacted at Appalachian State University. For more information on this particular program about math, we have our contact information. That would be Dr. Martin, and Dr. Martin can be contacted at the number on your screen. So students, thank you very much for being with us. Dr. Marlin, Dr. Martin, thank you again for being with us.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
The Watauga County Spotlight on Education show is brought to you by the orthodontal and pediatric offices of Drs. Mayhew, Scheffler, Kahn, and Hardaway.